You bought the 256 gigabyte phone. You specifically paid extra for the 256 gigabyte phone. You have 47 gigabytes of photos, 12 gigabytes of apps, and a few gigabytes of music. The math is simple. The storage should be fine. And yet, storage almost full. This isn't your phone being broken. This is a collection of deliberate design decisions, hidden data accumulation systems, and operating system behaviors that consume your storage without ever asking, and in some cases, without ever telling you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where your storage is actually going, and you'll know how to get most of it back. Let's start with the first deception, the one that happens before you even turn the phone on. When you buy a 256 gigabyte phone, you do not get 256 gigabytes of usable storage. You never did. You never will. There are two reasons for this. First, the difference between gigabytes and gigabytes. Storage manufacturers measure capacity using the decimal system. 1 gigabyte equals 1 billion bytes. But operating systems measure storage using the binary system. 1 gigabyte equals 1,073,741,824 bytes. The result is that a drive advertised as 256 gigabytes contains 256 billion bytes, but your phone's operating system reports this as approximately 238 gigabytes, displaying it as roughly 238 gigabytes. You haven't lost any data, the storage is all there. But the numbers don't match because the manufacturer and the operating system are using different definitions of the same word. Second, the operating system itself occupies storage. iOS on a modern iPhone occupies approximately 7 to 9 gigabytes. Android varies by manufacturer, but is typically 8 to 15 gigabytes. Pre-installed apps, the ones you can't delete, add several more gigabytes. System files, recovery partitions, and firmware take additional space. By the time you turn on a brand new 256 gigabytes phone and set it up, you may already have 25 to 30 gigabytes consumed before a single photo has been taken or a single app downloaded. Your 256 gigabytes phone just became a 226 gigabytes phone. Here's where the really significant hidden storage consumption begins. Every app on your phone maintains a cache, a store of temporary data that the app saves to avoid having to download or recalculate it again. Caches are supposed to be helpful. A streaming app caches your recently watched content so it plays smoothly. A browser caches website resources so pages load faster. A Maps app caches your recent routes, so they're available offline. The problem is that caches grow continuously and are almost never automatically cleaned. The average smartphone user's app cache across all installed apps grows to between 5 and 15 gigabytes within 6 months of use. Heavy users of streaming, social media, and navigation apps can accumulate 30 gigabytes or more in cache data alone. Your streaming apps are often the worst offenders. If you've downloaded episodes to watch offline, those files stay on your device until you manually delete them, often long after you've finished watching. Netflix, Spotify, and YouTube Premium's downloaded content can collectively occupy 10 to 20 gigabytes on a regular user's device. Social media apps cache every photo and video you viewed in your feed, so they load instantly if you scroll back to them. Instagram's cache alone can reach 2 to 5 gigabytes on an active account. Multiply that across TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and WhatsApp, and you're looking at potentially 10 to 15 gigabytes of cached social media content that you've already seen and will probably never look at again. Photos and videos are the single largest category of storage consumption on most phones, and they take up significantly more space than most people realize, for reasons that aren't immediately obvious. The first reason is raw file size. Modern flagship phones capture photos at 12, 48, or even 200 megapixels. A single 200 megapixel photo can be 50 megabytes or more. A 4K video at 60 frames per second fills approximately 400 megabytes per minute, meaning a 10-minute video is 4 gigabytes. Shoot in ProRes or RAW mode and those numbers multiply dramatically. The second reason is duplicates you don't know you have. Every time you edit a photo on iPhone, iOS creates a new copy of the original, preserving the unedited version alongside the edited one. Every photo shared from WhatsApp is saved twice, once in the app's own media folder and once in your camera roll. Screenshots accumulate invisibly. Burst mode captures can save 30 photos from a single button press. The third reason, specific to iPhone users with iCloud, is the optimized storage feature. When enabled, this feature replaces full-resolution photos on your device with small, low-resolution previews, storing the originals in iCloud. This sounds like a storage saver, but it also means that when you take new photos, before they've been uploaded to iCloud, full-resolution versions sit on your device temporarily, consuming space. And it means your device needs to maintain metadata for every photo in your library, which itself grows large for libraries of tens of thousands of images. If you've ever gone into your iPhone storage settings and seen a large category labeled System Data or Other, you've encountered the most opaque and frustrating category of hidden storage consumption. System Data on iOS is a catch-all category that includes Siri voices and language models downloaded for offline use, Safari's cache and browsing history, mail attachments cached for offline reading, app log files, crash reports, temporary files from app updates, streaming buffers, the video your streaming app preloaded that you never watched. On some iPhones, system data reaches 20, 30, or even 40 gigabytes, with no clear explanation and no simple way to reduce it. Apple provides no direct tool for clearing system data. The recommended approach, which Apple support actually suggests, is to back up your phone, perform a factory reset, and restore from backup. The reset clears accumulated system detritus. This is a genuinely absurd solution for a storage problem, and it reflects the lack of transparency Apple has historically provided around this category. Android is somewhat better. Most Android systems have a clear cache option in storage settings that can recover significant space quickly. But Android has its own version of hidden accumulation through thumbnail caches, app data caches, and the mysterious miscellaneous category that different manufacturers handle differently. Here's the practical guide to recovering your storage, in order of impact. Clear your streaming app caches first. Open Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and delete any downloaded content you finished. This alone can recover 5 to 20 gigabytes for regular users. Clear social media caches. On iPhone, the only way to clear an app's cache is to delete the app and reinstall it. On Android, go to Settings to Apps to select the app to Storage to clear cache. Do this for Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Snapchat. Go through your photo library and delete duplicates, screenshots, and forgotten burst photos. Apps like Gemini Photos on iPhone can identify duplicates automatically. Don't forget to empty the recently deleted album. Photos sit there for 30 days, consuming full storage before automatic deletion. Check your WhatsApp and messaging app media folders. WhatsApp saves every photo and video sent to you automatically. On many devices, this folder grows for years without any intervention. On iPhone, enable iCloud Photos with optimized storage if your library is large. On Android, use Google Photos with backup and sync enabled, then clear local copies. And for the system data problem on iPhone, the nuclear option of backup, reset, and restore genuinely works. If your system data category is above 15 gigabytes, the reset will almost certainly recover significant space. Your phone's storage isn't disappearing. It's being consumed by systems that were designed without your convenience in mind. Now you know where to look. Subscribe. Because next we're asking one of the best questions in all of internet history: why does the internet still work when massive undersea cables get cut?